media, well, I think we all know if it bleeds, it leads.
If it bleeds, it leads.
CNN embraced Director Chester's philosophy of the news.
Do you think it's going to be just like a lot of like fear, like climate?
Yeah, fear sells. Fear sells. It's fear. Like fear really drives numbers. Fear is the thing that keeps you tuned in. COVID, gangbusters with ratings, right? Which is why we constantly have the death toll on the side. I've even looked at it and be like, let's make it higher. My director tells me take it down, and I take it down, and then we get a phone call, like the bat phone like rings in the back, literally a red phone, like this special red phone ring, and this producer picks it up, and you're mop, 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 mop. It's like the head of the network being like, there's nothing that you're doing right now that makes me want to stick. Put the numbers back up.
Why don't you guys at CNN show the recovery rates on the death tolls at least?
Because that's not scary. If it bleeds, it leads. There's no such thing as unbiased news. The most unbiased news is grassroots, out of people's basements with podcasts. I don't think CNN's any different than Fox. I think it's on the different side of it. I think they come off as very altruistic, but I think we bury the lead. Listen to the way they ask questions. Because they're not actually asking questions. What they're actually doing is they're telling the person what to say. It's an art form in it. We've led them to talk about how we want them to talk about it. It's always like leading them in a direction before they even open their mouth. And the only people that we let on the air, the most part, are people that have a proven track record of taking the bait. There's like an art to manipulation. You ever meet somebody that like you feel like you're being gaslit by? Start to listen to how they word things, inflection, saying things like twice, like there's little subtleties to how to manipulate people. It's enough to change the world. You can shape an entire people's perception about anything just by forcing a story to help like your platform. You can all of a sudden say like coal is the future of like energy. That could be propaganda because like who owns the company might have stake in like coal mining.
Does fear sell? Does Charlie Chester still employed at CNN?
I feel really bad for you.
Are you a journalist? Are you able to report anything that's not directly handed down to?
A bunch of black men have been attacking Asian men. What are you doing? We're trying to like help like with the BLM or the optics of that are not good. These little things like that are enough to set back movements. You'll get headlines that might lump people together as opposed to focusing on the individual. I haven't seen anything about focusing on the color of people's skin that aren't white.